Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's
I'm
up?
to hear more.
This is another episode of More to the Story. Another episode of More to the Story. I am Farron Moore.
And I'm to hear more.
For the time being. And today, I am elated to introduce these two ladies next to me. We have the host of Poor Minds, Miss Lex and Drea. I like how both of them did like the same little dance.
We're so in sync.
Like, it's so weird.
So
We're
much
very in sync. It's very weird.
Crazy.
Okay.
We've been trying to link up. I've been trying to link up with y'all for a minute.
Yes.
But the schedules will never align. I'll be in Atlanta, but they're not filming that day, or y'all be out here, but you're in for a quick second. And thanks to Kev on Stage, y'all were out here filming Churchy.
Yeah.
Had a couple days. Shout out to Kev on Stage and Kev on Stage Studios. If you ain't tying in to that, you don't like black people. Yeah. It's a black-owned streaming site. We make amazing Cam, don't we make amazing content?
And this
Cam's
studio
here.
is fire.
So nice.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
a
you.
beautiful studio. Like,
Thank
we
you.
thought
We
we was doing
sold-
something in Atlanta. I was like, oh,
No, we sold a lot of
It's really
dope to
nice.
get here. A lot of drugs, a lot of broken families up. Just
gotta do
just
what you
pushing
gotta
that
do.
crack cocaine down their nose.
So
But we got it
stupid.
together, man. You guys are here. You guys have been filming all week.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that
We've
been going?
working all week. It's been going good.
It's
We've
really-
filmed a lot of content.
yeah,
so
we recorded with Slink Johnson.
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Jesus.
Black
It was
Jesus.
a really good episode. There's a really popular podcast out here called Good Moms, Bad Choices. We recorded with them. Megan from Bad Girls Club. Like,
Yeah.
it's just been, this is the first time we've been in LA working.
Yeah.
And not just out here like on a
Partying.
fly out. So I'm like, we're
On
not
the
the
fly
freaks
out.
no more. We're business.
Yeah.
go.
We're not the young
But don't
freaks.
completely close off the freaks. Now the freak,
Only on the
She's like, I got a
weekend.
blazer, but the back is out.
Exactly. Business in the front, party.
Hey,
Right.
shout out to all the fellas that be flying the ladies out. I salute you, King. Let me tell you something. Tricking ain't cheap, and neither is cheating, okay?
It ain't.
So you niggas gonna cheat, just know it's gonna cost you, all right? It's like
Oh
people
my
that can
God.
afford, a lot of people can afford a Range Rover.
Yeah.
They can't afford the maintenance. So
Period.
there's a lot of niggas want to cheat, but you can't afford to cheat. Cheating, it ain't no just show up and smash. You gotta do a little
I
finesse.
have
No,
a
cheating is a
friend
rich
whose
man's
guy
thing.
is going through that as it pertains to a car
Okay.
right now. Not
Yeah.
the cheating part. I was
Okay.
like,
I was like, you spilling the tea, huh?
Right.
no, but he like literally wants this really nice car, but he only wants to pay like liability insurance and not
no,
full
baby.
coverage.
Oh, no. You
And
can't
like
do that.
it is like then that means you can't afford it.
So you
Yeah.
shouldn't
I need
get
you to
it.
leave it alone, sir. Yes.
That, all y'all can't wait to be some aunties. I swear to God.
Big
And let me tell you another thing about the baby.
She ain't lying,
Black
though.
women be born aunties though.
We
Like,
are. Literally, like, Drea's 31, I'm 32, I'll be 33 in August, and like they call us aunties. Like, but we like it. I like
Hey,
being an
yeah.
auntie.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I feel like that means that you giving the girls knowledge.
Right,
You know?
right.
So I embrace it. And I have 2 nephews, so I'm giving auntie for sure.
real.
Right.
Should. Now, I know
Yes,
Farron
that's
has
how
a card that she wants to get in, but I do want to say,
Okay.
when I was telling her about the podcast, we went through and watched a couple episodes and watched some of the stuff you had on Instagram. I like the stuff that y'all do talked about,
Yes.
especially in regards to like friends competing with each other. That one, we had to double back on that one. And we don't
Yeah.
really have that, but it is such a bad disease when we see that in the community and amongst the friendship. It's
Yeah.
like, why? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
You
like for
supposed
us,
to.
especially in this industry, because there's not a lot of Black people in podcasting like they think it is.
Right.
We're late to the party.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of times people feel like, oh, if another podcast drop, I'm not going to be as popular, or it's like a competition. And one
It's
thing
ridiculous.
about us, we want to collaborate with everybody.
Everybody,
I'm not
yes.
in competition with nobody because I'm me.
there you go.
You
Let
know,
them
like,
know.
Right.
You know what
Yes.
I'm
Who
saying?
are you?
Let them hoes
You look
know.
like a whole you over there.
Let the
No,
hoes
Looking like
know.
yourself. Shit.
But it's just so crazy because
Yes.
people feel like, oh, I want to do it like them, but I got to compete with them and we can't shout them out. It's like, that's never going to stop your shine.
I
It's
mean,
never
'cause
gonna
even
do
if we all are doing the same thing, like if we have similar podcasts, that's not going to take away from our fan base listening to us.
Right.
Yeah.
They
We're
can
giving-
listen to both of us. It's 24 hours in a day. That's
We're
what I
giving
don't
different
understand.
perceptions,
Right.
different
Perspectives.
points of view, different life experiences
Right.
come out. So I mean, it's,
It happens.
it's silly. It's
It
silly.
happens. It's so many podcasts out there. It's a podcast. She listens to one now. I be tuning in with my ear to the door.
Not you ear hustling.
Yeah. She kind of got me on it.
He should just listen to it on his own.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
really
good
should.
podcast.
But I don't listen to podcasts. I don't even
I
listen
don't
to
either.
my podcast.
Yeah.
But it's one Let's Not Me.
That's not me. Oh, he
And
even got the name right.
They-
Oh, you
this guy, listen, me tell you something. This is how easy it is. This motherfucker literally has people send letters in or emails in of crazy events that they had an encounter with this crazy person or something almost happened or something did happen. But these are their stories. He's just reading it aloud. And I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of views.
Yes.
This is what he does. Just reading somebody else's stuff. There's so much stuff out there. It's like, there's no way you're going to have the exact same podcast.
There's
It's
a
no
lane
way.
for
No,
there's a
everybody.
lane for everyone. But I think once you're like a really like creative person and you get in this space, you realize that.
Yeah.
And you realize like you can collaborate with so many people and it's not going to affect your views. If anything,
Right.
it's
gonna
going to be
boost.
like, right,
Cross-promotion.
those listeners who, I mean, because I know there's people on y'all's platform who have never heard of
Right.
it. So now there's going to be people like, oh, those girls are cool. Let me tune in.
Right,
Like, that's how
right.
I look at it.
And same, vice versa. So I mean, it's so ridiculously silly.
It is.
It's
It
like when
really
you sit and
is.
think about it, you just kind of get sad in your spirit.
I saw a quote that
'Cause
actually
it don't gotta be
said,
like that. It
like,
don't.
if you're confident in you and what you're doing, competition isn't a thing.
Right.
You know, because it's like if you're so like confident in yourself and you know the kind of content that you put out, you're not really worried about
what
other
somebody
people
else
are
is
doing.
doing,
And you
yeah.
don't see them as competition.
Right.
Or
right.
even you can look at other people as inspiration.
Inspiration.
Like if somebody, even
Yes.
if somebody is better than you at something, you
Right.
can look at them like, okay, if they could do this, I could do
do
it
this.
too. But put my own little twist on it. You know?
Exactly.
Except for when it
exactly.
comes to the gym, because I don't know. I've been trying to do what the motherfuckers be doing in the gym.
Oh my god.
That motherfucker's lifted up a couch. And, you see that motherfucker Cam lifting up the couch in the gym? Sir, sit your ass down.
I'm not a gym person either. So
I be
Oh my
trying,
God.
y'all. Like I be consistent. I'm that person who's like consistent for like 5 months, then I stop for 10.
Yeah.
That's me.
Look
That
at you.
was me.
Hey, twin. Look at you.
Right.
That's
I be
me.
like, no, I'm doing a really good job, and I be
Girl.
like, you know what? This is good enough.
I'm
You're
talking
right.
about,
This is good enough.
I'm talking about going hard gym
Yes,
for
you
5
do.
months.
You do that.
Then all of a sudden it just stopped.
Right. Girl. Oh
All right, what's the question? What we
yes,
got today?
I'm about to. So I'll have these conversation cards. This is the Getting Your Business deck. So y'all get ready.
Okay.
These are ace metaphors, tonight's conversation, the card game. And this is the Sexy 69 After Dark.
That sounds like our type of party.
Hello.
So I actually wanted all of us to pull a card, and
Okay.
I came up with this earlier.
You forgot now?
No, I'm ready.
Because you smoked.
I came up with it because I smoked.
Okay. Amen.
I want all of us to pull a card. You pick one person that you want to answer your question, or you can answer your question. But once you answer a question, you can't be picked again.
Okay.
Okay?
Got
Cool.
it.
All right.
So we all gonna pick a card.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I get the first one.
I don't want nothing on the top. Let me slide my shit.
Always got to be extra.
Yeah.
What? Yours must be freaky.
Yeah.
That's right up your alley.
Okay.
I go
Drea,
first?
yes.
Okay.
What you doing touching stuff? You trying to switch your card?
Yeah.
He cheating,
Yeah,
y'all.
it wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one. Trust me.
Which sexual position do you enjoy the most?
Oh, she said I'm answering.
I am. So it's crazy because we used to joke about this all the time on Poor Minds, how like we hate riding dick.
Yes.
Because I just feel like when you thick, your knees be popping and shit.
And
Like,
you killing a lot. He thinks somebody outside shooting.
yeah, it's my knees. But yeah, so I used to hate riding dick, but y'all, surprisingly, as I'm getting older, I like it because I feel like I can control the narrative.
Okay.
Like I
Okay.
can control how long
You've
you
learned
last.
how
Yes.
to
And then you put
work
the
your
little
own
grip.
body.
You put
Yeah.
the little
grip. Yeah.
The place that you do it matters too. Like if you're doing it in the bed, it's a little more difficult than if you do it like on the couch.
Couch or-
Because you
That's
can hold
true.
the back of the couch for
Right.
leverage,
Yeah.
and now you ain't have to work so hard. You're just
Right.
using your inertia from pushing and pulling.
Facts.
Yeah.
Fellas, take that.
And then I've
That's
learned
for
how
y'all.
to orgasm too, like being on top. I feel like that's mostly
Oh,
how I
okay, yeah,
orgasm.
right.
Oh, okay.
I know that's right. You
Nice,
better
yes.
all them knees.
Right.
A little grease.
Take your collagen, boo.
I ain't there yet. All right, so I'm gonna read mine. It says, describe in extreme detail your most thought about sexual fantasy. I'm gonna pass this one to my girl.
I bet you won't tell him the real one.
Because I knew they had something.
I bet you won't tell him the real one.
Now see, I'm over here like,
I bet you won't tell him the real one. The one we talked about in front.
this deck and pulled that card out.
Listen, for all the people watching, if she don't tell you the real one, I'm going to just put the thumbs down. If it's the real one, I'm going to give it the thumbs up.
What if it's a real one?
She's scary as fuck.
What if it's a real one, but not that one?
Tell him. Here's the thing. Here's why I say tell him. Because I guarantee once you do that, a lot of people going to be like, girl, I thought it was just me. Because I promise we've always done that on the show. We always say we're going to keep it real with the people. So
We got to keep it real.
Oh my God, wait a second.
do it.
I don't feel safe.
Don't be no punk bitch. Don't be no punk bitch.
This is a safe space. If you knew the stuff that we done talked about,
Yeah,
Oh my
Safe
God. Okay.
Don't pull that wig off.
I'm not. I got a chin strap. I got a chin strap because I'm about to snatch my own wig. Okay, wait. Okay.
Don't be no punk bitch.
My most thought about sexual fantasy
Uh-oh.
is actually a orgy, I will call it,
Okay.
with me as the main subject, and there's at minimum 4 men.
That's not bad.
I like phrasing it like that.
She didn't want to say a gangbang. She wants to be. She want that truck. She want to
Right.
ran on her by
Mood.
4 guys of her choosing. Right, me orchestrating the
Not
whole
just
thing.
a train.
I'm the coach.
No,
She
not
wants-
a train.
Listen, she
Not a
wants me to be the
train.
coach. Like,
I'm not just trying to lie there and like just be ran through.
Come on now,
Like
son,
I want it
son.
to be a
James,
full
get your ass in there.
immersive experience with the
Come on, Ralph.
things. Like
come on, Red. What was that? You know what? Jamal, get your ass up. Brandon, get in. Get in, Brandon.
Lord, take your seat. Shit.
You know what though? That's not bad because I actually would do that with like 2 guys, maybe. Like maybe not 4 because I could barely take 1.
Yeah,
Maybe
facts.
like 2 though. Maybe 2. Like that's actually not bad.
That's not a bad fantasy.
You know what's crazy? My best friend talks about that all the
child.
time.
Really?
Yes,
Give me some
Killa is like
sage.
very open about it. Like that's what she wants to do.
Really?
So
I didn't know that.
I think that yes, I think more women. I think a lot, like you said, a lot of women want that.
Yeah.
But they're just scared to vocalize it because men be like, "Oh, you trying to take all that dick?" Yes.
A lot of women just aren't that
Yeah.
sexually
Damn.
liberated.
And that's the craziest shit to me because, like, guys, I hate that double standard that guys can get all the pussy and women can't get all the dick or she was a hoe and all of that. First of all,
Yeah, it
listen,
sucks.
I met her.
Thank you, hippie. Yes.
I met her. We started talking, and 2 weeks later, she told me she was 2 months pregnant.
I know that's right.
And I was like, boom, that means she know how to fuck. 'Cause if the nigga shot that club up knowingly. That nigga was like, oh, I ain't pulling out of this. I was like, that's what I want.
That's what I need to marry.
That's what I need to be with in my
Right.
life right now. So
I was
I
very shocked because I'm like, just 2 weeks in, I will do some niggas so fast.
Right.
I'm like, I haven't even invested enough attention to this. But he was like, it don't change the way I feel. And I was like, nigga, we'll see. I'll wait you out. We'll see how far it goes.
I hadn't fucked either. I hadn't fucked yet. So I was
Yeah,
like,
he
I
hadn't
gotta-
even fucked
Yeah.
yet.
I was
So
like, I gotta see what that thing like. That's about. That thing might be worth it though.
And you was sold.
That thing might be worth it though. All right, go ahead with your
Yes.
card.
Oh, y'all.
Like I'm nervous.
Me too.
This game backfired on me. I have to rethink this intro. Your significant other wants to role play. Which scenario would you choose for a night of fun?
Oh, you gotta hit her because you know ours.
Yeah.
We already got to go to.
So
Okay.
Lex, you haven't answered the question.
I do. I've done this before. With a partner. It was kind of like it was kind of weird for me because with role play, you really have to act. Like you really, and you have to stay in character
Yeah.
because it ruins it. So literally, like we did the whole like I was sitting at the bar and he had walked up to me like acting like he just got off work, like he was like a construction guy, and I was just like a girl going through a breakup. So we were like going through the whole role. It was really fun, like because I was like acting vulnerable, and I'm just like bust the titties out. So we did, and it was crazy because we did the whole dinner. Like we actually sat there and had dinner, and we're acting like we didn't know.
wow.
Yeah, like we did the
That's so
whole.
dope.
Yeah, we did the whole role
See,
play
our
thing.
asses tap out.
Yeah.
Tap out past the intro.
Listen, once
Past
that
the
dick
intro.
slide in, I'm like, yeah, who's daddy's bitch?
Yeah. It's hard to stay in character once you start
Yeah,
fucking.
once you
Listen.
start fucking, fucking, it's hard to stay in character.
Yeah.
But
But
no, I'm saying even past the intro, we barely make it past
We
the
start because we
intro.
stupid.
Yeah.
We start.
We like to make each other laugh,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
immediately do something stupid, and it's like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
and see, it's crazy because I did that when I was really young. I was like in my relationship, I think I was like 21 when I did that. So honestly, I feel like I've developed more as a woman now. So I don't know if I would be able to do that now because I
Yeah,
don't
you
take
can.
myself so seriously.
Yeah, you
like,
can do it now.
I think
You
it's
can
even
definitely
more
do it.
fun because you
Listen.
don't take yourself so
Right.
serious.
Yeah.
But like
It
back
may
then,
be
I was
more
like, oh, I
fun.
gotta
Yeah.
be sexy, and I was
Yeah.
like, I was in the character now.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
did what needed to be
All you
done.
gotta do is
See?
just like pull from whoever you like, look up to whoever inspires you. Be Beyonce, have that nigga BJ walk in with a long face and shit, buy some Ace of Spades, a Deuce and shit like that. I think that should be
Deuce.
dope. But you know what I was thinking was dope? Like when they were talking, Lex was talking, I was like, you know what would be fun is if we cameras in where we can turn the arrow on here, or will it come in here? What'd be fun is if we role played for like from 3 days to a week. And like you let me date you from the beginning again.
Really?
We
That
met
would
at the
be
bar.
fun.
and
Oh
we
my God,
talk-
let's start
we
now.
talk, we talk over 2-3 days or however long it takes us to get to
Oh
the
my
actual sex of it. And
God.
just like date from the beginning. I think that'd be dope as fuck.
Let's start
That
now.
would.
Now,
That
somebody
would be
got to move it to a hotel for a couple days. Then.
Well, I'll go.
She like, oh,
She had to pull
Leave
my
him on-
arm.
She want her man in the house. She said, oh.
I'll go if I must.
She don't want to cook dinner. That's what it
I'm
is.
about to say,
She gonna leave
the
me with the
kids,
kids and all that
dog,
shit. Yeah.
Home, leaving
Thanks,
it.
Kim.
Oh yes, I'll go.
That's dope. I think it's a good idea, man. If you guys
That is
try
a
that
good
out, if
idea.
anybody wants to do
That
that, try it out.
Yes,
Let us
yes,
know what
yes.
you think about that because I think it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. All
Okay,
right,
it's
my
your
last
time.
one. Have you ever watched porn to set the mood? If not, would you be down to try it? Nigga, yes, we be watching porn. Let me tell you something.
Always.
I set the music up first
Yes.
on the speaker, and then because I have to disconnect my phone's Bluetooth or as the speaker connect to the phone, I put the iPad on the porn, and then we cast that to the TV. So I
It'd
gotta
be
put
a
the,
whole
I
thing.
put
No,
the
no,
iPad
not on
by.
the big screen.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Big screen.
Yeah, we like to see all
Don't-
that shit.
Yeah.
Don't let the
corny.
kid not be. Don't let the
Oh,
kid
the
not
kid
be at
is-
home. We be down in the living
in
room.
the theater. The big TV is in the living room. The
Big
theater.
ass TV.
So, and then I put the music on with the phone, but I have to have both of them on there because I'm not one of those people that's gonna fuck through a song I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
We
to
are
reach
gonna
over
change.
and
Both
change
of us will be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I mean, men strong.
What kind of music do y'all have sex to?
I make
R&B?
playlists. Yeah.
Okay.
But mainly
Y'all
R&B.
look like y'all be
I
fucking
love
R&B.
some
I was
old
about to say,
school
y'all
R&B.
Yeah.
Y'all look like y'all be fucking like trap music. Like
We do.
sometimes-
Yeah. We fuck with some Jeezy.
We do.
We fuck the TM103.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'ma beat the pussy up. All of that. Yeah. When we go, because we just got to the place where we got super comfortable, super vulnerable in the bed. Where like you can fuck people,
Right.
But like when you be fucking with passion and attention,
Yes, it's
like,
so
it's
different.
Like when
Right.
we opened up to each other and told each other about our kinks and what we like, and what we didn't like, and that's when that came up. She had, I mean, this was last year. We've been married for 9 years in March. And it was almost 9 years before I found
Right.
out her sexual kinks and fantasies
right.
because I didn't make her feel comfortable enough to share that.
Right.
And it wasn't anything that I did. It was more so what I didn't do. These
We just hadn't grown to
we
that
hadn't grown
space.
there. But these
But that's
cards,
good.
So did y'all just sit down and was like, okay, we're going to have a discussion and
we
we're
were
going to figure
on
out.
Molly and drunk,
Yes.
and we started
We were
talking
high
about
and drunk as hell,
everything.
and we just sat there. And the first time we were still kind of tiptoeing, because I mean, yes, we were high and drunk, but we were aware of what we were sharing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were going to remember it, and things may come back up once we're sober. It just made it easier to spit it out,
Right.
being under the influence.
She doesn't spit.
But
those.
that says a lot of like security about you because I know a lot of times we are very open with like guys that we deal
But,
with
yeah.
about what we talk about on our show, how we are, and they're just like, nah, I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck. And they're so
Or they'll
Insecure,
think they
yeah.
can.
Yeah, or
and then
they
it
think
end up
they-
being a
and
problem
they can't
later.
handle it. So I applaud you.
Thank
you.
Because a
Thank
lot,
you.
especially black men, like they feel like, oh, I gotta be the only one, and it's not even about you. It's just about what she likes and what she wants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I listen. We've got so open now. Like we use the toys in the bedroom.
I know that's right.
I buy my own toys.
Yeah.
She just found my new flashlight. She
Yeah,
was
you
like, "When
got
you
a
get this?" I was like,
I was like, when we get this?
I was
When
like,
we go play with this?
Right, when we.
I was high in Joshua Tree and went on an Amazon spree. I was in the cart.
I'm happy
in
I'm
the
not the
cart.
only one.
He don't even say on it. He do buy now.
Yeah, I
He
do.
don't even wait.
I do.
They don't even
I
add to the
absolutely do.
cart.
It's no
Yeah.
added to the the car and buy now.
Same.
I'm about that life.
So,
Buy new teammates.
So I realized because I'm pretty new, like this is my first time saying this out loud on the podcast. Like I just quit my job.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It'll be 2 months when this is recorded, but when this comes out, it'll probably be like 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
But I just am like learning to trust myself and all the things. And I realized that I am happy, but then I create things that make me unhappy. Like, because I'm not used to the happy. Have y'all ever experienced that? Like, what? Just talk to me about how you've experienced that and how you've gotten through that.
Well, I'll say for me, March made a year since I quit my job.
Come on.
Congrats.
So
Yes.
I feel what you gonna end. I always say this thing, and I'm debt free.
You better shine like a...
So it was really, everything happened really quickly for me. I mean, I've worked since I was 15 years old. So I always felt like I know what I wanted to do with my life, and I knew I was gonna like entertain people, but I didn't know how. So when we started, we had Wind Down Wednesday at first, and then it turned into Poor Minds. So when Carlos came on our show, he came on our show a year before. Was it a year before?
It was about a year and a half before. We weren't even recording in the studio
Yeah,
yet.
like
we
were
still
recording in the living room. So
On the
he
floor.
came and he recorded. The episode did really well. So he literally we didn't hear from him again. Then like a year and a half later, he invited us on 85. So we went on 85 in what, October?
August of 2020.
August.
Yeah.
And then we signed the deal in like January, February. And literally
2021.
they had us doing so much. I had to quit my job a month later. And I was so nervous. I cried when I quit my job because I was like, oh, I still want to be here. Can I work 2 days a week?
Yeah.
They were like, no, like we can't. If you're not going to be here, then you have to go. And I was just like,
Listen. That's so big real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out.
Go ahead.
Because I always tell people, greatness very rarely comes from a place of comfortability.
Yes.
If you got that security net, you got that safety net, you got your family,
never
all of that,
take that
you're
leap.
never going to push yourself to that fight or flight mode where you can see what you're really fucking capable of.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. I've always been a little bit different than Lex. Like, I've always been more of that step out on faith type of person. And I'm going to figure it out, because I was always trying to convince her to quit her job even before we signed support. I mean, even before we signed to
Drea sell drugs. Drea sell drugs. Girl, just step out on faith.
Well,
and let me show you how to whip this up real quick. Let me see you do this.
Well,
Let
I
me see.
definitely used to fuck with some drug dealers.
But it's crazy though, because I actually, when you say like, you were going through things, when I quit my job, like it was cool at first, but then it was like, I would wake up and have nothing to do. I got really depressed for a while.
Right.
Because I was like, what am I supposed to do with my days?
It's no
And then I started
structure.
feeling guilty because when the podcast took off, it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing my friends struggle. I'm
Yeah.
seeing everybody on the internet losing their jobs, and I'm making money.
It's the most money we ever
Yes,
made.
the moment. And
Yeah.
I started feeling guilty. Like I couldn't even celebrate for myself. So I started feeling like bad in that. But honestly, I got to the point to where people started sending me messages like, man, Lex, I'm going through it, and you and Drea just get me through my day.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, this
Yep.
is my purpose.
Yeah,
Like
it's a service.
we literally had a girl message us, and she was like, man, I'm in the hospital bed. I don't even know how much longer I have. And she was like, and I'm spending my last moments like, I don't know, but I'm watching Poor Minds. And y'all are
So
making
dope.
So it was like, damn, like we really
be out here
people like to
changing
kind of
lives.
minimize
Right.
us because of how
For
we
real.
look and
Yeah.
the stuff that we talk about, but it's like we're doing good. We're making people feel
Yes.
good.
And you're talking about, you're
Absolutely.
giving a voice and a platform to what women really think.
Yeah.
But the society norms have convinced women that they're not supposed to talk like this. They're not supposed to enjoy sex on their own unless their God gives them permission to.
Right.
Nigga, that's not the... Let me tell you something. I've said this before.
Let me tell you
I've
something.
said this before.
We need to let me tell you something.
Listen,
Right,
we need to let me tell you something. Zoom in, camera. Zoom in on me, camera. Give me this right here. Let me tell you something. Fellas, you think you like to fuck until you get with a woman that likes to fuck.
You have
Period.
told them that.
I've told that, and I'm going to keep ringing it.
You
I'm
act
gonna-
like you don't enjoy it.
No,
No,
but
no.
seriously.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like you think you like to fuck until you meet a woman that likes to fuck.
That's the truth.
Listen, I
Yes.
fuck her about a third of the time. 2/3 of the time, she fucking the shit out of me.
Right.
I'm talking about waking me up
Look,
with head.
I
I'm like,
am
hey,
not a
I
fucking
was in the
starfish.
ring.
I am putting in work.
Yeah,
Yes.
she do this little thing
We
when I'm
both
fucking from the
go
back, when
sweat.
she like boom, boom. So she
Hey!
throw it back like that, and I be like, oh, you
Is
showing
that
out.
how it looks?
Nah.
Is that how it looks when I do it? Because I need to pour some sexy on it.
No, you do.
That's how it looks.
Listen, she makes me wear it tight so she can have leverage while she's
Yeah, I
fucking
like to
me.
have something to hold on to.
Listen,
Look, I'm writing these notes down.
Listen.
I'm writing down.
Child.
Farron be fucking.
In our toy drawer, I have neckties. Here, wear this one. I wrap it around my hand
We
and
gonna
hold
call
on
you
to that
F
shit.
squared.
Yes.
Oh, that's going on a fucking jacket.
Yeah.
love
I'm
it.
getting you a Letterman that's got F squared on it. That shit is dope as fuck.
Freaky Farron.
Yes.
Farron the freak.
Freaking Farron. I love
Oh, being freaky though.
I receive all of it.
it. Yes.
But I'm so happy where you took that, Lex, because today I want to talk about giving yourself permission to be happy. This episode is, if my calculations are correct, is going to come out right after the end of Mental Health Awareness Month.
Okay.
And which is May. And I just want to like really think about, because people are, you see all the time, it's okay to not be okay, but it's also okay to be happy.
Right. And celebrate yourself.
Yes, yes. And so it's so many ways that we like sabotage ourselves and don't allow ourselves that space. And so I consulted my boo Psychology Today on just the ways that we hinder our own happiness and how we
Yes.
can overcome it. And that's what I want to get into.
Okay.
So one of the ways that came up was that it disrupts our sense of identity from however we've learned to identify from our past or our upbringing, which is also our past, Farron. It just what we want to do that will make us happy shakes that up and it stops us. Are you able to identify any ways like that happened to you or something you're currently going through? Just want to, give some real life experiences to it.
Well, I wanted to kind of touch back on like self-sabotaging a little bit and not just being happy and living in the moment and appreciating where you are and where you came from, because I feel like at the time that Poor Mind started taking off for us, my dad had passed away around the same time. And so it was like I was really happy that the show was taking off, but I also felt really guilty too. Like I felt a deep sense of guilt because I was like, damn, my dad not here to experience this with me. And it was really hard for me to thrive and appreciate the fact that like we was really doing our thing and we really had come a long way. And I just feel like I was really self-sabotaging myself a lot at that time because I just wasn't allowing myself to bask in my accomplishments because I felt so guilty that my dad wasn't here, which, of course, I guess it's normal to feel that way when somebody that you close to passes away, but, like, we have no control over it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I definitely can identify with that a little bit when it comes to that.
And that's another one of the reasons or the ways that we sabotage ourselves is that we wanting to be happy stirs up guilt.
Yes.
Right.
And I remember it was some years we were going through some issues in our marriage, but what we were going through wasn't as bad as what my girls were going through. So I didn't talk about us because I felt guilty to be complaining about our issue when theirs seemed so much worse.
Right.
And so it was like, I'm just sitting on this. I have nobody to talk to because they're not going to get it.
Right.
And every conversation is about their relationship, you
Yeah.
know? And I allow it to be that way because I was very tight-lipped about everything. So just that feeling of guilt and then it was like, am I stopping myself from being happy? Am I complaining for no reason? Then, I started to spiral and doubt myself and my own feelings of the issue.
Yeah.
I actually had a friend. It was like when we were both struggling, we were struggling together. We used to like confide in each other a lot. And whenever my podcast started taking off, she was still in her bad place. So I didn't even want to like celebrate with her and be like, oh girl, our show sold out.
Right.
And it was like, I felt like I had to, suppress that. And it was just like, I started asking like, why me? Like, do I even deserve to be here?
Yeah.
Like,
Imposter syndrome.
why am I here and she's not? So it was like I was feeling bad for being happy.
Right.
But then I got to realizing, like, even when I was down bad, I was still clapping for other people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I knew my turn was coming.
Exactly.
So it was like, in turn, and I'm not blaming her, but I felt like she could have been a better friend and be like, girl, I'm happy for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And celebrate these moments. Like, I see, like, you're not talking to me, and she never did that. Literally, when we had our live show, she didn't tell me congratulations. Good luck, nothing. And it's like, it put a damper on our friendship.
As it
Because I'm
should
like,
have. I mean,
damn, you're not clapping for me.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it really hurt my feelings, but I've learned that, like, I'm not gonna feel bad for being happy for myself anymore because I struggled too.
Yeah.
I decided to pick my shit up and do something about it. I knew we were.
You was on your Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, like, I was like,
just fucking get
just
up and
get up and fucking
work.
work.
Just gotta work.
Just fucking get your ass up and work. But I knew shit was different for us. But like, cause even when she said her dad passed, the morning her dad passed, Drea never calls me super early in the morning, and she called me like early, and I'm like, something is fucking wrong. And she was like crying, and she told me her dad passed, and it was the day we had to record. We had to record in 2 hours, and I said, Drea, handle your business. I said, I'm gonna go record. I'll get one of my friends to pull up, and we can do an episode. She was like, no, I'm coming, and we recorded the whole episode. She was like straight faced.
Still to this day, if you look at that episode,
You would
cannot
never
tell.
know. It was just like,
Really?
so I was like, okay,
Wow.
like
Yeah.
we built a little different.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
inspo because
Yeah.
when I'm
It
down
was
bad,
hard, though.
girl,
Yeah.
I stink. I'm balled up on the couch. Like, I don't want to do
That's
shit.
me. That's me.
Listen,
that's
the
Like,
kid-
nothing pulls me out
The kid
of it.
knows when me and Farron are into it. The kid knows because she was like, "Oh, no dinner again." No. She was like, "You was in that spot when I went to school."
Yeah.
She knows.
I completely shut down. Like, I don't drink no water because I don't want to have to get up to go pee. Like, I shut down.
No,
That is
she's
me.
like
That is
really?
me.
Yes,
That's
and I'm
me.
that friend that's like, Lex, get your ass up and fucking work.
Lex, you keep talking about every one of your stories. It just draws me back to favor ain't fair. And because during the quarantine, I felt the same way. Like,
Yeah.
my
Yep.
numbers jumped on Instagram. I had a late night show that was popping. I mean, we 3,000 to 5,000 viewers every night, Monday through Friday. And we actually thrived during the
Yes.
pandemic. We
Yes.
thrived so much, we were able to move out of our smaller apartment into a much larger place. We both got new cars. And I definitely had that guilt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had to remind myself that favor ain't fair.
Right.
And just like you said, like, it's my time right now, but their time is coming.
Right.
And, you know,
Yeah.
and just because somebody lost their job doesn't mean that they don't have a better job lined up for them. That might have freed them up to have the opportunity to take a job that is going to put them in a position where they're actually happier and
Right.
making more money and
But
be more
just that
satisfied
initial
with it.
panic,
Oh, yeah.
honey.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
I was
yeah,
gonna
I-
say that.
I mean, because for me, I'm being 100% transparent right now. My job I had before I quit, I was making like $12 an hour with commission. Like, I was really fucking broke. Like, we have a running joke on Poor Moms. I'm like, I got $3 because I had $3. Like, when I paid my bills, I had $3. So, but during that time, I had friends that had popping podcasts. I'm sitting up there, I'm working the door for them. You know, I'm like going to all their live shows. I'm spending my last little dollars to buy tickets to their shows because that's who
That's
I am.
amazing,
I'm going
and that's
to
what
clap
it
for
should
everybody.
be.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to clap for everybody. But
Right.
that's why I believe God blessed me because I was always just patient. And I kept my head down and I kept working. And I wasn't like, oh my God, how are they doing this and it's not me? Why not me? I never asked that.
That's
I
good.
never
Yep.
did that. You know, so I was just like, you know what, let me work. And my time is now. Look, I said, once I get my little pinky toe in the door, y'all ain't gonna see.
Listen,
y'all gonna see
that
me
boy.
everywhere.
She said, y'all gonna get sick of me.
Y'all
Listen,
gonna
I'm
get
sick of
tired of
me.
me.
And another thing about going through it is when you come on the other side of it, you appreciate it so much more. Like, we appreciate the fact that we got more
Yes.
space now. We appreciate,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
like having the wherewithal to get electric cars before the downfall of gas. Like, we wasn't doing it for no other reason. Like,
Right.
We just like the damn
Well, like, it was
cars.
lit.
Right.
I was getting in her car and this heifer ain't put no gas in it. And then she was like, oh, well, I thought you was going to fill it. So I was like, fuck it. Like, well, I ain't going to the gas station no
I'm not
more.
doing that
We
shit.
just park and just in charge overnight. But, like, it's amazing to see where we come from, and it really was because, like, we just, like you said, we were patient. We didn't force it. You can't force guys.
You can't force it at all.
Right.
And you can't be mad at somebody else or have hate in your heart for somebody else doing something that you want to get off your ass and do.
Right.
So that
That's
was
true.
like one of the things I had to keep telling myself. It's like, you know, you have it in you to do this, but you're not actually trying to do it. So clap for those who are, bitch, because they better than you.
Right. And I think a lot of people think they can just set up a camera and sit down.
No.
And that's
That's
it.
not what it is.
No.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all know as creators, it's more than that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like when this camera stops, it's more than that. It's,
Yeah.
it's 24/7.
And we've talked about how, like, in the beginning, now we have our show down to a science to where when we're on camera, our banter is so good that we don't have to edit anything anymore. When we first started, we used to record episodes. We'll be 20 minutes in, hated the shit, had to start all over just because we knew it wasn't a good episode.
Right. I'll be like, stop.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, seriously. And then we were just like a 2-person band. Like, we used to do everything on our own. So now that we're so blessed and fortunate enough to have like a whole team of people that can help us, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because we literally used to record on my floor with
Literally.
a camera.
I was sitting on the car, and we had to stretch the mic so Carlos didn't have to sit on the floor. He was
crazy. And that's why we always gonna fuck with Carlos, because that was really like some real nigga shit.
Right. But to say that's
He's
random
on.
as hell. Like, these heifers got me sitting on the
floor.
Carlos, I
Yes.
always praise him because Carlos is the realest
He is.
nigga ever. Like, you not gonna meet too many solid people like
That
that.
nigga is solid. I
facts.
remember Carlos was hosting a fucking open mic at this Italian restaurant. And we had met in passing. A couple people passed my name to him. I was going to Atlanta to do some work. And he let me get up. And he's just always been a solid ass nigga. Like, from the jump into where, I mean, to see that superstar status now, like when these niggas started doing comedy shows, 3 of them, 85 South was doing comedy shows. And literally the next year, these niggas are doing theaters.
I'm telling you.
Theater.
That last live show, where was it at?
It was in Nashville. Oh,
No, the Atlanta show. Where was it at? What theater was that?
Fox
Fox.
Theater.
Yeah, the Fox Theater.
And when I tell you it was packed wall to
Yeah.
wall.
5,000 people.
Oh my God. And they had 2 shows.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Sold out.
Them niggas is killing
That's
it.
Yeah, and he worked.
Killing it.
Carlos is busy. Like,
Carlos.
he be working his
Yeah.
ass
Because
off.
even when they
like-
not doing the 85 shows, he's always doing his
Yeah.
own.
I just
Like,
saw
he's
him on
on
the
the
Rose
No Cap
Bottom.
tour, yeah.
No Cap tour. And they like, he's always the steady person when everybody else can't make 85 South.
Yeah.
Oh, he's there.
He's the anchor.
He's
Yeah.
there.
He's always on. Because when me, Kev, and Tony did it, nobody else was there. DC came toward the end, but it was just us and Carlos. Carlos is always the anchor. He's always been like that nigga. Like,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
I would
our
love
first
to
episode.
meet him,
Yeah,
so
that's how
I
we
could
went on
also
there.
compliment him because I have nothing to contribute to this conversation. I was like, this sounds great. Who's this Carlos? He sounds wonderful.
Let me tell you something about my wife.
I have nothing.
Bless her heart. Listen, she really moves off of energy. Really just
do.
moves off the energy.
I
And she's
do.
going to be authentic with you no matter who the fuck you are, right? Duran Bernard, amazing artist.
Oh my God. We
love
just
him
met
so
him.
much.
I didn't know he. Okay,
I
so
love
He
him.
was
I
so
don't mean to
funny.
interrupt you, but
Yeah.
we were on Kev on stage
Yeah.
to set, and I met him for the first time, and I went to his page. That nigga be singing.
That
Singing.
nigga been singing background for
All
Erica
the time, and it just
for
comes so
7-8
natural.
years.
He'll be sitting there
Crazy.
rolling up a
start
blunt and just be singing, honey. Singing. I'm like, it just comes so naturally. It's
Listen,
him.
I met him. I was a fan of his music. Went to a live show. Ryan Davis introduced me to him. We exchanged contact because I wanted to get him on Wording Is Hard. Schedules was crazy at the time, so we couldn't link up for that. But I invited him over to the house. We always have people over to the house, drink, smoke, eat, all that type shit. So he had just got back in town. I was like, well, nigga, don't worry about it. Go ahead, do your thing. I was like, but if you want to come, I'll send a car for you. That's the type of nigga I am because
know
we're going to
that's
get fucked
right.
up, and I don't want you driving like
Right.
that. And somebody had already claimed our couch in the guest room. This nigga's like, no, I'll come. This nigga comes to the crib, walks down our driveway, fur coat on, blunt in hand, was like, I need somewhere to smoke. I was like,
No,
first
mind
of
if I smoke.
all, mind if I smoke. I was like,
I
who
love
is
it.
this nigga? He comes in the house, speaks to everybody. He was like, I'm gonna go on the patio and smoke. My wife was like, oh, can I go with you? They get buddy, friendly, all this type of shit, having a great time. She don't even know this the nigga we listening to.
I had no idea who he was.
Wow.
I had no clue.
She
I was
just went off with the
came
energy.
in with this great energy. I was like, I'm gonna go sit with you.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
He was
He
so
is.
funny too. He had the funniest line
He
on the
did.
show.
He had the funniest line on the show. Like, I can't wait.
That man in the
Actually.
casket.
Yes, I
And
love
he was a
it.
fan, actually.
Yeah, was a fan.
He
Listen,
is a star. Like, literally,
He
sometimes,
is.
like, you see people, you be like, they got it.
You
You
Yeah.
need to
know, like,
see
Yeah.
him perform live.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
his
Oh,
show.
Some people
live.
just have that.
this
it.
nigga performs live on skates.
Really?
Yes.
On some Usher shit. And
He
he was
was
doing
doing
it
it
before
before
Usher
Usher.
was doing the shit.
Okay.
Let's throw that out there.
Killing it.
I
This
love
my
it.
dog, bro.
I love
Yeah,
So,
Durant is
y'all-
cool.
He was
Bring it-
so mad that he couldn't come. I'm sorry. He was so mad he couldn't come to this. But he's in Houston right now. But he wanted to be here with y'all.
Oh,
for a
really?
Oh my
minute.
gosh, we have to do an
Yeah,
episode.
we
Somebody
do
has
have to do an
because
episode
I
with
can't
him.
sing, but I think I can sing. So I'll be singing on our show. We're gonna sing on the show. And
Facts, we gonna sing a song at the end.
they was like,
Okay.
oh my gosh, they need. He needs to do an episode with Poor Minds, so him and Lex P can sing. So
Yes.
if
Yeah.
you see this, boo, we gonna have you on Poor Minds.
Oh, he's gonna see it. He's gonna see it. We got about 15 though, and then we need to jump into the episode.
I know, because we
I know.
was
Look,
talking
we
about
was-
I know.
It was
Carlos
good.
and we got carried
Listen,
away
we
because
got
we
carried
love
away.
him
It's
so
a
much.
great
That's
episode.
how
No,
we
that was
are,
so
dog.
funny. That was just so funny. I was like, I wish I had a compliment for Carlos.
Or the niggas.
You know what?
That's
That's on
his
GP,
compliment.
Carlos. You my nigga.
Yes.
Pocket sausage.
Well, just real quick, because I know this one was a big one for me, was not allowing myself to be happy because jumping into it caused a ton of anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I was worried about everything, got caught up on it being perfect right out the gate, got caught up on who my audience is going to be, got caught up on whether or not I was going, if it was my true voice, you know, and then it's like, who the fuck want to hear from you type situation.
That was me.
So, like, how did you overcome it? Like, how did you push past it?
Okay, so it's crazy because I've always known I've had like a good personality and been funny, but I struggled with like showing that to other people. So it wasn't until Lex and I became friends that she really kind of brought that out of me, because I feel like prior to us starting Poor Minds, like I always had a lot of followers on social media, but you know, it's because I be posting like, you know, little booty pictures. So people would follow me because I was fine, not because they wanted to listen to what the fuck I had to say.
Yeah.
And so I think it made me a little insecure in that way, because I'm like, yeah, I'm used to people just looking at me and thinking that I'm
But now
cute. So I don't know if they
people
gonna think I'm funny.
listening to me. Yeah.
Right. And it's like she tells me I'm funny, but I'm like, bitch, you my friend. That's what you're supposed to do, you know? So
Bitch, you my friend.
so like we started the show, nobody was listening for a long time. So I kinda in the back of my mind, I don't know if I ever
What's a
really
long
told-
time?
It was a long time. We wasn't even hitting 1,000 listens.
Yeah, like we were doing it for 2 years and we weren't even hitting 1,000 listens. Like,
And y'all just stayed
and we just
consistent.
we never skipped a
Man.
week.
Yeah.
Come on,
Beautiful.
man.
We never skipped a
Come
week.
on,
Never
man.
skipped
That's
a week.
That is the
amazing.
fucking.
Yeah, see?
That's the game plan. I've been telling all my
See?
homies, all my comments, how you get your numbers out
Stay
like that.
consistent.
Consistency will outlast
Consistency is
talent
key.
every
Absolutely.
fucking
I mean, at this
day of
point,
the week.
the show has been, 4 or 5 years, and we haven't missed a week. We've dropped every week.
It was
think
even one time I went on vacation and Lex recorded by herself.
I
Like
was-
she set
I
the
sat-
camera up.
And I sat and I talked to myself. And
Hey,
Yes.
listen.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
wow,
what you got. Yeah,
that's so
we
dope.
will zoom in.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
will like
we've
'cause
zoomed from different cities before.
she was out of town and she did it with her family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we gonna get that shit done.
One time
Yeah.
we were getting dressed to come here and he wasn't feeling good, and I was like, "You stay home." I called
got
somebody on my way here for them to meet
Y'all
me here,
know.
and I still recorded. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
consistency
it's
is
when
key.
my dad passed away too. I was in Houston for my dad's funeral, and you were in Atlanta. I had
And
to
we
go
did
and
a
get some
Zoom.
equipment, and we did like a Zoom little setup for the episode. But yeah, I feel like I've overcame it because we just stayed consistent, and over time I realized like, dang, people really do. fuck
you
with
got
my
more
person.
comfortable.
like,
But I told her that
Yeah.
because Drea is so beautiful. Like when she walks in the room, like she's the person that people
Thank
like
you.
double take at. But that's cool. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, man, y'all don't even know. Like this girl
Yeah.
is fucking dope.
And I feel
Like-
like I used to thrive off of that.
Yeah,
You
like
know
she
what I
used to be
mean?
like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm a bad bitch. Who cares? I'm like, girl, fucking talk.
Cause
Yeah.
she used to be like, but like your personality is so much better than how
Yes.
you look.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
would tell her that because I grew
Yeah.
up with I've always been like the outgoing person. And
Yeah.
my personality, I'm like, man, people fuck with me so hard because of my personality. I'm like, but like she's really just like me.
How long have y'all been friends?
So it'll be 7. It has been 7
Yeah, it's been
years.
7
In March,
years.
I think.
Really? How'd y'all
Yeah.
meet?
In the club.
Shaking ass.
Shaking ass.
Shaking ass.
Pouring drinks and shit.
Well, you couldn't pour drinks. We worked.
That's actually how we met because I was a bartender, but I couldn't bartend.
Wait. Too young?
No, I didn't
she
know what
just
I was
She
doing.
didn't know how to make
They-
drinks.
They just hired you because you was cute.
Everything was fine. So all the niggas was like, baby, I want a Long Island iced
And I'm
tea
like,
from her. She's
how you
like, what
make
a
a
Long
Long
Island? And I'm like, bitch, so I'm like making her drink.
So, and she looked disgusted
I
with
was
it.
like,
What's up?
Look at Cal like, yeah.
They would
I
be
mean, I
like-
would buy a drink from her. I would buy
no, literally.
You taste that shit up now, you're like,
this ain't a Long Island, but it's good, baby.
look
Give
down.
everybody a rum and coke.
I knew Drea. She was like, that's what she used to be like. Why don't they just order Hennessy and Red Bull? Like, why y'all want these drinks? What the fuck is a Cosmo?
I be like, look, they say they want to buy Marley.
Girl, and I used to be like, fuck. But we made a hustle out of it.
Yeah.
So she would go take everybody orders, and I was just busting down the drinks, and we was making our tips
Yeah,
together.
we
Because the
split
way
it
it
at the end
was,
of the
it was
night.
like 5-6 bartenders behind the bar, but they couldn't make drinks like me, and they didn't look like her.
Right.
So it was like, we about to be over here. We
Making
was
it
making
out.
like one
was
night we
making
made like
2 bands.
yeah, like one night we
Really?
made like 2-3 bands like between me and her. We was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we got something.
Yeah.
So we was like, yeah, this is my man.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then
So y'all started making money
Yeah,
together.
we started making money together.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's so
It's
dope.
so funny
Well,
hearing y'all talk about that because, like, I feel like you, Lex, and I've always felt like Drea, you and Farron are very similar. 'Cause, like, when the world sees how ridiculous this woman is,
Right.
oh man, I'm going to be riding her coattail. I bought
Yeah.
seatbelts and everything to ride her fucking coattail tonight. This nigga is crazy, bro. Like crazy. I don't know what it is, but about a week ago she started just going like on a nigga rant, and she be like, "Hey, bro, watch it, bro." Like every month she switches it up to like a new character, and it's like funny, but it's also kind of scary because like how many people live in her head, right?
you know what started that though? I started watching them damn video games, Berleezy. Video game videos on YouTube with my daughter. And so it's this dude, Berleezy, Berlin. He says bro and dude a lot, but bro he says a ton.
Yeah.
That's us.
Like
We
it
say bro
used
a
to
lot.
drive me crazy, but now every time, like if he's walking, I'm like, bro, you're in my space.
Yeah.
All day
Chill out,
long.
bro.
Watch out, bro.
That's
The
us.
silly
We say
shit-
bro a lot.
Right.
The silly shit that she does
like
that we can't put
anything.
on camera, like I wish the camera crew followed us around. Like our cleaning crew came this morning to clean our place, and they came early because we had to do the show. So I got up early, like because
like, what is he
we
about to
cleaned a
do?
little bit before they come. We were like,
Right,
you know,
right,
we can't have
right.
these motherfuckers thinking we trifling and shit like
Right.
that. So we straighten everything, put everything where we want. I start the shower so I can get in the shower real quick before they get there. She comes back from her morning walk, smoking and walking. And I see her getting undressed, but I'm thinking she just like putting stuff up. This nigga walks past the shower naked. walk past the room naked and slides in the shower real quick. And this just the stupid shit she does on a daily basis.
You like
So
that
I'm
was
like,
for me.
I'm like, you know, I'm not giving you the dry towel, my nigga, because she left the dry towel. She left the dry towel. Now you just gonna be
She
cold.
slid in, thank you.
I sure did. I was like, oh, glorious. The shower's already running.
Now I'm out here
slipped
naked,
right
like, what
in
the
the-
fuck, man?
And
But
I
you
was
know
like,
what?
go put on some clothes. The cleaning people are at the door.
Right.
My dick out. Dick out, swinging, hitting my knee. I'm cold. They got the shrinkage. My nipples hard. Nipples get hard when they get cold.
It do.
My nipples
They
get hard
do.
when they get cold.
Well, mine be hard
That's what
all
I'm
the
about to say.
time.
It could be 100 degrees outside. Dress like, what's going on?
I know it's real cold when the bumps start popping up too. You get the bumps,
Right.
the areola bumps. Like the nipples cold is one thing, but when the areola bumps,
The areola bumps
those
is
when I have
wild.
I'm like,
the
how
hot
fucking
shirt.
cold
It's like you
am
can
I?
see my braille nipples through this
Yeah.
shirt.
Nigga.
Girl nipples.
Listen, my set say chili around my nipple, nigga.
Oh my God, we gotta go.
We gotta wrap it up.
I love y'all. I love
Thank
y'all
y'all.
so
Please
much.
come back.
Great
Really
Yes.
good episode.
Please come
Yes.
back anytime y'all in
So,
town.
yes,
we
Thank y'all so
absolutely.
much for having us. And
Absolutely.
If y'all want to follow us, y'all can check
I
us
was just
out.
about to say,
Oh,
tell
yeah.
the people where to follow you, but she
Yes.
owned it, yes.
Come on,
She's
do
like,
that.
this what I do.
What I do? What I
So
do?
yes, you can follow us on Instagram and on Twitter at pour_minds. That's POUR_MINDS. You can find us on YouTube, any other podcast apps at Poor Minds. And you can follow me at Lex_P_.
And you can follow me at Drea Nicole with 3 E's.
Okay. Spell it out for them, because, you know.
DreaNicolee.
You got it right there, goddammit. Listen, it's been another amazing episode. I'm to hear more.
It's been a great episode. Thanks for joining us, you guys. I'm Farron Moore.
And I'm to hear more. Thanks to y'all for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.